What if Kobe and Shaq never split up and ended up playing the rest of their careers together in Los Angeles? The year is 2002. We have a 24-year-old Kobe, a 30-year-old Shaq, both at a 97 overall apiece, fresh off of 3 titles in a row here in Los Angeles, beating Indiana, Philly, and New Jersey. Obviously, they were not able to four-peat. They ended up splitting up a couple of years later. But what if they stuck together, stayed on the Lakers for the rest of their career, never had locker room issues, and potentially could end up as the greatest duo in NBA history? Now, obviously, the biggest issue of this is probably Shaq's age, considering the fact he's 30 years old already starting the video, and he didn't age that great in real life. I don't think it's going to be too different in the game. We potentially only have 5 to 7 years to win multiple more championships. We already have 3, but I want to see what would happen if Shaq and Kobe ended up staying together instead of splitting up. Shaq would end up going on and winning the MVP, averaging 30 and 15. Yao Ming is the Rookie of the Year, Desmond Mason the 6th man, and Ben Wallace the DPOY. Kobe also is going to make the first team, averaging 35, 8, and 6. So we have both of our dynamic duo making the All-NBA first team alongside J. Kidd, KG, and Tim Duncan. The Lakers had a great regular season, going 67 and 15, being the 1 seed in the West. We get the New Jersey Nets, the best team out East. Kobe's going to lead the league in scoring. He averaged 41 minutes a night and 35 points per game. T-Mac was up there with 34. AI averaged 32. Shaq 30. Vince Carter 27. And in round number 1, we are going to face the Seattle Supersonics. Now, right now, I don't think anybody can really handle the Los Angeles Lakers. The Spurs would be a tough matchup. KG and the Minnesota Timberwolves also here in round number 2 could give us a test. Never mind, we swept their ass. Steve Nash and the Suns potentially could be a tough matchup, but no, we dominate our way to face the Sixers in the NBA Finals, where Allen Iverson is not even playing. I believe he is injured. He's not in the starting lineup. This should be a sweep. And in season number 1, Shaq and Kobe will complete the four-peat, the first team to do so since the Celtics way back in like the 60s. They win their 4th straight title together, cement themselves as possibly the greatest duo of all time. I mean, no other duo has won 4 straight. Phil Jackson wins another NBA championship as we swept the Sixers in the NBA Finals, and there is the Larry O'Brien Trophy as the Lakers are still at the top of the NBA. And for the Finals MVP, that would end up going to Kobe Bryant. Kobe dropped 57 in the closeout game. That is insane. An absolute carry job. And it's good to see Kobe finally gets the first Finals MVP of his career. While averaging 42, 5, and 6 in the NBA Finals, literally outstanding numbers. John Stockton has retired after 19 seasons. Scottie Pippen is out of here. Steve Kerr is gone. MJ is gone as well. As we know, a young LeBron is about to join the league, so he probably got scared. He's going to head to the golf course. He's going to head to the casino and just gamble away all of his money. LeBron will end up going first overall to the Grizzlies. Chris Bosh will go to the Trailblazers. D-Wade to Utah. Carmelo Anthony will go to the Celtics. Kobe has now grown all the way to a 99 overall, while Shaq is already regressing. He's down to a 96 at 31 years old. We still got Derek Fisher on the roster. Glenn Rice is here. We got Rick Fox, Robert Horry. So overall, as long as we have these two, we should be able to compete. I'm just a little bit worried about Shaq declining as quickly as possible. I mean, he's only 31, already dropped down multiple overalls. We are still going to be running an 8-man rotation. Shaq playing 40 minutes a night. Also Kobe averaging 39 minutes. They are really going to have to carry the load if they want the Los Angeles Lakers to be successful. Already, so far, so good. We won 1 title in 1 season. We potentially could win 5 in a row now. Shaq is going to go back-to-back with the MVPs, this time averaging 28 and 17. Chris Bosh is your Rookie of the Year. LeBron, the 6th man, not even starting as a rookie. And Shaq will also win the DPOY. Kobe will not make the first team. Unlike Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe will be on the second team, averaging 31, 8, and 6, alongside AI, Dirk, Sean Marion, and Adrauskis. The Lakers would have an even better record this season, going 70 and 12, grabbing the 1 seed yet again. Dallas was pretty good, winning 60 games. Portland was up there with Chris Bosh. Phoenix was good. In the East, we get the Pistons. 56 wins on the season. Orlando and Chicago both had great years as well. T-Mac will lead the league in scoring. He had a great season, averaging 35 points per game. Vince Carter was up there with 34. Kobe's 31. AI averaging 30 on the Sixers, and Shaq was in the top 5. Also, did Shaq average the most rebounds? He did, a damn near 17 rebounds per game. As in round number 1, we're up against the Golden State Warriors. Not really a team to be threatened by right now. We sweep them in the first round. Move on to face Phoenix yet again in round number 2. As they end up beating us in 6 games in round number 2, our historic dynasty will end with 4 championships. We won't make the conference finals, let alone the NBA Finals. The Pistons go on and win the title. Chauncey Billups is your Finals MVP, averaging 26 and 8. For player retirements, Hakeem is out of here after 20 years. Carl 13 Malone is gone. Charles Oakley's out of here. Devin Harris will go first overall to the Nets. Luol Deng to the Hornets. Dwight Howard fell all the way down to the Clippers, 5th overall. Emeka Okafor will go to the Knicks. And the mid-range god, Sean Livingston, will go to the Denver Nuggets, 10th overall. Kobe is going to drop down 1 overall, down to a 98. He's in the middle of his prime at 26 years old. Shaq's a 96 at 32. We picked up Gilbert Arenas in the offseason on a 1-year deal for $3 million. He's a 93 overall, 22-year-old point guard, and now we have a big 3 in LA. Despite Shaquille O'Neal averaging less points and rebounds, he's still going to take home the MVP 3 years in a row. Dwight Howard's the Rookie of the Year, Andre Miller the Sixth Man, and Shaq also the DPOY, as Kobe's going to have to only make the 3rd team, averaging 25, 7, and 5 alongside J. Kidd, Elton Brand, Carmelo, and Pau Gasol. On the 1st team, we got LeBron making it after a lackluster rookie season. Will average 25 points per game. Tim Duncan was up there, Vince Carter, and T-Mac. The Lakers would fall to the 2nd seed in the West, 61-21 record. Only Houston was better, winning 65 games with Steve Francis. Sean Marion is there, Yao Ming at an 89. In the Eastern Conference, Indiana was the best team, winning 53 games. Boston won 49. Orlando was up there. Milwaukee was in the top 4. Allen Iverson will average the most points per game at 33.7, followed by T-Mac's 33. Vince Carter averaged 30. Dirk 27 and 14. Rashard Lewis averaged 27 himself. We got the Memphis Grizzlies and round number 1, where we were down 2-1 after the first 3 games. 3-2 now, as they potentially, we go to a game 7. Thankfully have a shot at redeeming ourselves. If we lose to the Grizzlies in round 1, that might be over for our dynasty. I'm not even gonna lie right now. We gotta take care of business, and that is exactly what we did. 90-82. Shaq had 25 and 14 in the game. Kobe was a complete no-show. 4 turnovers and shot 5 for 14. Bro is out here shooting tour dates. I mean, he had 16 rebounds, which was pretty impressive. The Utah Jazz no longer have Stockton or Malone, so we sweep them in the 2nd round, move on to face the 1-seeded Houston Rockets in the conference finals, where we end up beating them at 6 games. We got Milwaukee in the NBA Finals with Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Michael Redd, and Tim Thomas. Also, Pau Gasol, who literally joined the Lakers a few years after this. He won't be doing that in this simulation, considering we're keeping Shaq until he retires. And after adding Gilbert Arenas in the offseason, the Los Angeles Lakers are back to their winning ways, grabbing their 5th title in the Shaq and Kobe era. They won 4 straight, took a year off, and basically back on the top of the basketball world as we beat the Milwaukee Bucks in 4 games in the finals, a clean sweep. And yet again, we are going to win another championship, another Larry O'Brien trophy, as the Lakers are in the midst of probably the greatest dynasty in NBA history, definitely the most impressive, considering the 2000s, much tougher. And there we go. Shaquille O'Neal will grab another Finals MVP. Shaq was utterly dominant in the closeout game, 32 and 25 rebounds, while Kobe had 26 and 10. Gilbert Arenas really didn't chip in, shot 2 for 9 with 3 turnovers, only 12 points. Shaq will average 25 and 20 in the NBA Finals, dominating the Milwaukee Bucks. Rod Strickland is out of here, Glenn Rice is gone, Gary Payton has decided to retire, as well as Vlade Divac. The T-Wolves will take Danny Granger, 1st overall. CP3 will go to the Toronto Raptors. Raymond Felton to the Atlanta Hawks. We got Lou Will going to the Golden State Warriors. At least he's not in Atlanta with those hot pepper wings. Kobe will still be a 98 overall at 27 years of age. Gilbert Arenas already is up to a 95 at 23. He's probably our only saving grace at winning more titles, considering Shaq's 33 years old and down to a 94 now. We still have a big 3 that can pretty much carry us to probably more championships championships? I mean, a 98, 95, and 94. LeBron already will win his first MVP, averaging 25, 10, and 7. CP3 is the Rookie of the Year. LeBron also the DPOY. Shaq will still make the first team, even though he only averaged 22 and 14. Meanwhile, Kobe, he'll have to settle for the third team, averaging 29, 8, and 6. So the guard position right now in the NBA must be tough. I mean, D-Wade, he was averaging 28, Tony Parker, 26. Like, I don't know why Kobe's having a tough time making literally the first team, let alone the second team. Or no, the second team, let alone the first team. Bro is just having a tough time. The Lakers would end up being the 4 seed in the West, 53 and 29 record. Houston again had a great regular season, 64 wins. The Charlotte Bobcats won 61 games in the East with Pau Gasol, Eddie Curry, Tony Allen. Kobe's going to lead the NBA in scoring. Can't even make the first team, though. T-Mac was up there with 29, D-Wade 28, Ricky Davis 28, Dirk had 27 and 12. We got the Utah Jazz in round number 1. No Stockton alone means no worry whatsoever. Are we going to play Houston in round 2? Yes, we are. The 1-seeded Houston Rockets, back-to-back seasons. They're going to lose in 6 games again to the Lakers. We got the Nuggets in the conference finals. Dominate them, and yet again, facing the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA finals. We beat them last season. They got Steve Nash now. Ray Allen's up to a 91, so potentially they could be a little bit better. And yet again, the Los Angeles Lakers will win the title. This time, only beating the Bucks in 5 games, so I guess some sort of an improvement for Milwaukee. Nonetheless, it was not that close of a series. Gentleman sweep, dominated them in back-to-back finals appearances. And that is ring number 6, which means not only Kobe, but also Shaq will tie MJ with 6 NBA championships. Another Larry O'Brien trophy once again to the LA Lakers. And for the finals MVP, it will go to Shaq for back-to-back seasons. So Kobe has 1, Shaq has 2 in the video. Shaq's going to average 21 and 19 in the finals. Also 5 assists per game, which Shaq wasn't really known for being much of a playmaker. Andrea Bargnani will go first overall to the Warriors. Brandon Roy to the Miami Heat. Rudy Gay to the Magic. LaMarcus Aldridge will go to the Atlanta Hawks. And Rajon Rondo to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I am going to make sure that Kobe and Shaq stay on this roster as long as possible. So they got 4 years and 6 years left on their deal. Gilbert Arenas has 3. But after the 3 years, if he ends up leaving, so be it. We got Kobe at a 98, Gilbert at a 94, and Shaquille O'Neal at a 92. LeBron James with back-to-back MVPs. Bargnani is the Rookie of the Year. LeBron the DPOY. Shaq still making the first team, averaging 27 or 22 and 14. Meanwhile, Kobe, where is he at? He's not going to make any of the All-NBA teams, really? Damn, Kobe is getting snubbed basically year after year. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, he got injured. He averaged 27, 8, and 4 for the season. How many games did he end up playing? He played 62, so it wasn't like he missed most of the year. The Lakers would be the 5 seed. They went 49 and 33. A bunch of teams were better than us in the regular season, but I don't really care as long as we go on and win the title. Oh my lord, the Charlotte Bobcats, 77 and 5 record, shattering the Bulls and shattering what the Golden State Warriors did in 2016. This team's a very good roster. We had D-Wade leading the NBA in scoring at 30 points per game, followed by Dirk's 30. Gilbert Arenas averaged 29 on the Lakers. AI was very good. Kobe averaged 27. LeBron, 26, took home the MVP. We had the Spurs in round number 1 against Tim Duncan. Should be a tough matchup overall, especially the fact that we got players injured and not even playing right now. Kobe, Diop, and Gilbert Arenas are all not healthy. Although Gilbert Arenas can play right now, but we are definitely hurting injury-wise. And that is going to result in a first-round exit in Game 7 to the San Antonio Spurs. No surprise seeing the 77-win Bobcats go on and win the title. Steve Nash is your finals MVP, averaging 19 and 12. Not shocked at all by that. Penny Hardaway has retired after 14 seasons. Allen Houston is out of here. The Slim Reaper, KD, will go first overall to the Warriors. Greg Oden will go to the Sixers. Al Horford to Atlanta. Mike Conley will go to Miami. Joakim Noah will go to Cleveland Cavaliers, which really doesn't fit well. I mean, I remember him trashing Cleveland all those years ago. Somehow, Kobe has regressed down to a 96 overall. Gilbert Arenas is a 94, and Shaq at 35 years old is holding on by a thread at a 91 overall. I really don't think he has too many more seasons left in him, especially at a high level. LeBron will take home yet again another MVP. KD's the Rookie of the Year. LeBron the DPOY. Gilbert Arenas will make the first team, averaging 28 points per night. Also damn near 10 assists. And Kobe, he'll be on the second team, averaging 29 a game, alongside CP3, Melo, Elton Brand, and Dwight Howard. The Los Angeles Lakers would be the 3 seed in the West, going 51-31. Pretty good overall record. The Spurs were the best in the West, and the Charlotte Bobcats back-to-back 70-win seasons. We obviously had a very disappointing playoff run. It wasn't even a playoff run. We lost in the first round last season. This year, we beat Minnesota in the first round in 6 games. Move on to the New Orleans Hornets now in round number 2. Dominate them. Gentlemen sweep. We got the Clippers in the conference finals, where they end up dominating us in 5 games. And the Charlotte Bobcats, they're going to go on, win the title. Pau Gasol's your finals MVP. We might have a new dynasty brewing in the NBA. The Mavs are going to take D-Rose first overall. Westbrook will go to the Sixers. We got Dante Green to the Toronto Raptors. DeAndre Jordan will go to the Thunder. Gallinari to the Nuggets. And Kevin Love to the Pacers. Kobe has finally reached 30 years of age. He's going to be a 96. Shaq has dropped down all the way to an 87. So his years are definitely numbered. Only averaged 16 points last season. Thank God we have Gilbert Arenas, otherwise we probably would not make the playoffs. LeBron James quite literally is dominating the MVP award. Russell Westbrook is your Rookie of the Year, and again, LeBron also the DPOY. Gilbert Arenas will make the first team, meanwhile Kobe sitting on the second team, averaging 25, 8, and 6, alongside D-Wade, Elton Brand, Dirk, and Dwight. The Lakers, despite Shaq pretty much being washed right now, still had a great regular season, 53-29. Minnesota won 65 games in the West, and the Charlotte Bobcats, they had a little bit of a regression, down to only 60 wins on the season, but they are on the verge of a three-peat. And the Los Angeles Lakers just trying to squeak through and win one more title before Shaq decides to call it a career. We dominate Memphis in round number 1, move on to face New Orleans in the second round yet again. Gentlemen sweep their ass, move on to the 1-seeded T-Wolves in the conference finals, who do take care of business. As the Orlando Magic win the title, Elton Brand is your finals MVP as they defeated Minnesota in 6 games. The Raptors are going to take James Harden first overall over Steph Curry. They're going to let him go to the Rockets. DeMar DeRozan will go to Milwaukee. Brendan Jennings to the Bulls, and Ricky Rubio to the New York Knicks. Kobe back up to a 97 overall. Shaq is completely washed. He probably realistically only has 1 more year left. Hopefully we can go on, get the job done, but with this roster, I really don't know. It's been a few seasons since we have won. LeBron James will win another MVP. Now on the Golden State Warriors, he left. Oh my God, he was on Memphis, won the MVP last season with Detroit. I didn't even realize that. And now he left Detroit and headed to the Bay Area. Steph will be the Rookie on the Year on Houston. LeBron the DPOY. Gilbert Arenas on that first team. Kobe making the second team, averaging 27, 7, and 6. The Lakers will finish the season with a record of 49 wins and 33 losses. We got Timmy and the Spurs in round number 1 yet again. Gonna be a tough matchup. We're down 3-1 already, and we get dominated in 5 games. As the Bobcats will go on, win yet again another title as Dwight Howard is your finals MVP, averaging 20 and 13 rebounds a night. Well, finally, Shaq decided to retire at age 40. I think it was like 2-3 more seasons after the last one, and really, the Lakers didn't do anything. They weren't good. Shaq wasn't good. But overall, if Kobe and Shaq stayed together, they would be a 6-time champion. Shaq would have 4 MVPs, 5 final MVPs, 15-time All-Star, 9 times on the first team. Meanwhile, Kobe, he did not grab a single MVP, obviously playing alongside another dominant player in Shaq, and also Gilbert Arenas, as he played on our team for a long time. Still a 6-time NBA champion, a 1-time finals MVP, only 2 times on the first team. I've never seen somebody get snubbed as much as this dude did the entire video. He would be on the second and third team consistently, but could never just be on that first All-NBA team. And most importantly, the Los Angeles Lakers won 4 titles in a row, lost 1, and then went back-to-back, basically winning 6 titles in 7 seasons. And then, of course, the Charlotte Bobcats had to try to outdo us, but they didn't do that. Obviously, in real life, if Shaq and Kobe never split up, I would agree that the Lakers probably would have won at least 1 more championship. Kobe wouldn't have to go through like 5-6 years where the Lakers were bad and it seemed like he wanted to trade elsewhere. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more 2K content just like this, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.